Hi there, VC. Merely Chris back with another video. This time it's going to be a recent acquisitions video, all vinyl this time round. Hadn't planned to do one because I haven't been buying much, but I landed a wodge of albums courtesy of my mother-in-law this week, so I thought I'd show them as well as what I have been buying. Not been buying mainly because been working quite a bit, not had a chance to get into town to have a look around, not really been looking online for anything. Work's just been really busy, so was away for the best part of a week in Amsterdam as well, drinking lots of good beer and eating lots of nice food. Did notice a number of new record shops opened up, but given the fact that I was dragging Jill around several different bars all the time, I thought I didn't want to push my luck. And I wasn't that bothered. I wasn't particularly in the mood for buying music. So it was all about the beer. Speaking of which, if I break into a cough, I do apologise. I don't know, I've just been upstairs and moving some crap around, and there must have been a whole load of dust there, and it's got on my chest, and I've been coughing away like I couldn't. So anyway, cheers. Something to wash it down with. That's nice. That's a Wraith Pale Ale from the Ghost Brewery. School Night's only 3.4%. And they are from Beelden, wherever Beelden might happen to be. It says Otley Road, so I'm assuming that's probably Yorkshire or something like that. Not a brewery I'm overly familiar with, but nice quaffable session beer. Okay, recent acquisitions. So we'll start things off with a not an album, but I was perusing Facebook a couple months ago and started seeing adverts for a new magazine coming out. Only available online, not available via the shops. So I picked this up. This is issue 1 of Rock Candy magazine. So this is a magazine which has been put out by the Rock Candy record label. I wasn't sure what to make of it, so I just ordered the one. I didn't subscribe or anything, I just ordered the one. This is the first issue. And pretty much what they've done is pinch articles that were in Kerrang back in the day and republish them. There's nothing wrong with that. I got rid of all my Kerrang stuff years ago. So, I quite enjoyed dipping back in. So we've got the likes of Saxon, Def Leppard, who else we got? Aerosmith, Girl, Rush, Crocus, AC/DC. So I quite enjoyed it. I don't think it was that cheap. It wasn't. It was about a tenner for a. But I quite enjoyed it. Whether I'll get any more or not, I don't know. Just like I say, reissuing articles, a bit on Kiss there. And most of these came out previously in other magazines, I think. So, but interested enough, quite enjoyed it. So, those of you who like this sort of thing might want to check it out. Like I say, only available online. I followed the link via Facebook, but you can, I'm sure if you just Google Rock Candy magazine, you'll find it and have a look, see if it's something you're interested in. I may very well have a look at issue 2, and if it, just to see what it's like. But there you go. Yeah, I quite enjoyed reading some of the old articles that I read first time round. You forget most of these things. Not a lot in the way of reviews or anything in it, but a bit of a nostalgia trip, really. Sort of 80s metal, basically. Anyway, on the vinyl. Like I say, haven't bought much. This I picked up in the sale in one of the local record shops windows for 8 of your English pounds. This is Body Count. This is Ice-T doing heavy metal. Not a huge rap fan, but I was rather partial to this album back in the day. Body Counts in the House was a particular favourite for £8. Thought I'd pick it up and give it a go. Frighten the neighbours with it every so often, that should be fine. Then we picked up a new album from Jason Isbell and the 400 unit. This is the Nashville Sound. I've not had a chance to listen to any of these yet. My listening has been somewhat curtailed just because of work. This is a limited edition songbook included. 180 gram black vinyl and download. So I like Jason Isbell. For those of you who don't know, he was in the Drive-By Truckers. Great stuff. Americana, sort of bluesy rock. Love it. Now the next album I got after a recommendation at work. Just to try this artist's stuff out. I've heard of them before, not really listened to anything, and I didn't listen before I purchased. I just dived in, bought it off Amazon, I think. I think it was a reasonable price on it. This is Francois Hardy. Francois. This was released originally back in 1966. This is obviously a recent remaster. It's remastered from the original mono tapes, liner notes featuring an exclusive interview with Francois Hardy on 180 gram wax. So I'm looking forward to giving that a spin. Highly recommended, like I say, from a guy at work. Like I say, I'm a little bit behind with stuff. This was also, when it turned up in the post, I was looking at it thinking, I know that cover. Why? What do I know that from? And of course, it's almost an exact copy of David Crosby's If Only I Could Remember My Name. And I was going to use it in Nico's album cover contest thing. But of course, that's been and gone. You know, just it's passed me by. So anyway, Nico, if you're watching, that was going to feature. There you go. Teaches me for not paying attention to deadlines on these things. I'm looking forward to getting that a spin. Like I say, it came highly recommended. Not heard anything by them. So we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, another recommendation, this time from the VC. And this is vinyl professor James Griffiths, who's been working his magic on us, because I know Steve Whitty also has recently purchased this album and showed it in one of his recent videos. And that's The Motors 1. Now I remember this from back in the day, mainly from the singles, Dancing the Night Away, which I've got on a sort of punk compilation, or at least probably a couple of punk compilation discs, which I really liked. And I'm pretty sure the other song that I know is Emergency, but I could be wrong. I've not listened to any of these. Like I say, just didn't have the time. This was picked up in a new record shop in Wallsend. It's on the Virgin label, which I was quite surprised to find out about. We have a sort of indoor market which is full of tat, absolutely rubbish. It's got a shop with vending machines. It's got knick-knack shops. It's got, I think, at least 2 or 3 vape shops. But I got a flyer through the door a couple of weeks ago saying there was a new shop opening at the end of June, second-hand records. So I thought I'd pop down. When I picked that up, that cost me a £5, and it's in good nick. But boy, was some of his stuff an absolute mess. He seemed to have a couple of prices. It was either a £5 or a £10. A couple of other prices dotted in and around. But generally, the quality of his stuff was pretty shoddy. I mean, he was asking a tenner for some albums that, I mean, even with Bloody Good Clean, I would imagine they were scratched to hell. So I didn't buy anything else other than that. But a fiver. And I mean, I'll pop down again, just see if he gets new stock in. He said he was getting a whole load of Canadian cutout stock in, which he's going to be putting out this week. So I'll have a look, see what's in there. But he's going to have a look at his prices, I think. I mean, he was charging ridiculous money for fairly nappy albums. Anyway, next, I'm going to have to move for this. We've got here a stash of albums. This has all come from the mother-in-law's house. And it's a mixture of albums that used to belong to my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my wife. That she wants to get rid of the shit out of her house, so it's all coming to this house. So, and it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. So let's run through these very quickly. So we've got Andy Williams, Reflections. It's got Moon River on, which is good. I like that. Seasons in the Sun. There's Wine and Roses, Solitaire. I mean, who knows? Like I say, I've not listened to it, so we'll give that a spin at some point. Now for something particularly non-PC and very 1970s. Or might even be the 60s actually. This is the George Mitchell Minstrels, the Another Black and White Minstrel Show. Those of you in the UK from the sort of late 60s, early 70s will remember the Black and White Minstrel Show. It's been a particularly un-PC programme. This is Wrecked. The disc is actually, well, yeah. I'll give it a clean, see what comes of it. But there you go. So, Black and White Minstrels. I can't go wrong with a bit of Shirley Bassey. So there you go. So what we've got on here? Yeah, stuff. But Days of Wine and Roses again. Have a listen. She's got a great voice, so we'll see what comes of that. Right, one of my favourite all-time musicals, South Pacific. Do love a musical. Now this is an album that my mum and dad used to have. I don't know what they ever did with it. This comes with a booklet, which has got stills from the movie in. I'm being a little bit ginger here because it's Wrecked again. But I'll try and clean that up and give it a listen because, like I say, I do like a good musical, and that is a particularly good one. Where this came from, apparently this is my mother-in-law's. Well, there you go. Status quo. Rocking all over the world. Who would have known? I mean, again, it's toast. I haven't even looked at what quality this is, but yeah, so there you go. Mother-in-law, rocking out the status quo. Mary Poppins, Walt Disney. So like that. What else we got? Sound of Music. Like I say, I've got no idea what condition these are in, but judging by the cover, so I'm not holding out much hope. Johnny Mathis. There seems to be plenty of Johnny Mathis, actually, mixed in here. Ooh. Yeah, James Last. Make a Party Last. 24-time party greats. I think if I was to put this on one of my parties, it would make it end rather quickly. Yeah. Oh well. Have a look at that later on. Here, Johnny Mathis with the wonderful album cover. As you can tell, probably not really my cup of tea, but we'll see. This will be alright. Evita, again, I do like a good musical, so give it a listen. It's gatefold. Oh, it is a gatefold, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's been opened in a while. So, I'll have a look, see what it's like. This is alright. Carpenter's, close to you. This has actually come from one of the shops in Newcastle that I always used to buy stuff at, a shop called Caller's. This is princely sum of £2.75 when it was bought. Caller's was a great shop. It was like a department store, but they had, I think it was the first floor was all music and hi-fi stuff. They had a great hi-fi section and brilliant music section. I used to buy a lot of my stuff in Caller's. Another musical carousel. Oh, this is in jolly good nick. Gordon McRae, Shirley Jones, can't be bad. And these be Jills. So these are Johnny Mathis, 99 Miles from LA. Who knows? I mean, these will just end up going down to a charity shop if they're no good. That one looks like it's going to be no good anyway, doesn't it? Yeah. Another Caller's purchase. Placido Domingo with John Denver. This will definitely be my father-in-law's. He was a huge John Denver fan, and yeah, Perhaps Love was the song, not this version, but just the John Denver acoustic version was the song that was played at his funeral. So there'll be tears, no doubt, if I put that on. Can't go wrong with a bit of Grease. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. This one's obviously Jill's, it's in the cover, so probably going to be in better nick than the other ones. And then Jill's ABBA collection. So the album. Arrival. Voulez-vous. And finally, ABBA's Greatest Hits. So, well, if I can pull half a dozen albums out of that lot, that won't kill me. I'll be alright. Like I say, the rest can go to a charity shop. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, some of it might be great. I'm not going to dismiss it before I've heard it, if it's playable. So there you go. That was recent pickups. Like I say, I haven't been buying much. I haven't even been listening to much really beyond in the car and at work. Haven't listened to much vinyl at all. Just time constraints, etc., etc. But I'm going to run off a recent listening video after this. So, cheers VC. Take care you all, and happy hunting. See you all later.